Hello and welcome to this short session on NHS Careers. Events like the one today are such a great opportunity for you to start thinking about your future. And in the NHS, we truly believe that there's a bright future for anyone who shares our values. My name is Abby, I'm from the NHS Careers team, and I'm just going to give you a quick run through of some of the opportunities within health and the ways that you can get into those opportunities as well. So I'm just going to share some slides with you as I'm talking. Let me just get those going. Okay, so there are over 350 different roles in the NHS, different careers, and some of those are very much hands-on looking after the patients, but others of them are much more behind the scenes and you might never actually come into contact with patients. And that means that there is something to suit everyone. But the thing that all of those different careers has in common is that all of them make a difference to people's lives at the end of the day. And that's a really fulfilling feeling. So there are a massive range of roles, as I said, and they fit, roughly speaking, into these groupings. So you've got everything from the allied health professions with roles like physiotherapist, speech and language therapist, operating department practitioner, podiatrist, orthoptist, and several more. And we've got the ambulance service team, the dental team, doctors, the health informatics team who use information and technology to help improve patient care. The healthcare scientists, some of them are very much patient-facing roles, so helping to treat and diagnose patients, and others are very laboratory-based. Roles in management, the medical associate professions like physician associates, midwives, nurses and nursing associates, the pharmacy team, and psychological professions, which has got a growing number of roles in it. Public health and the wider healthcare team with all sorts of roles that help to keep the NHS moving. All of those roles are just as important as each other. And have a think about the sort of job that you think you'd like. If you're a very practical person, then here is just a few ideas to get you thinking about roles in the NHS. So this isn't a complete list, but it's just a few options that you could start to think about, from clinical photographer to drama therapist, clinical engineer, chef, and lots of other options. Or maybe you want to work with children, and that's not just about being a children's nurse. You could be a dietitian who specialises in working in children, or a child psychotherapist, or a maternity support worker, and lots more options. Or perhaps you really have a passion for science and you want to use it to help people. Again, just some ideas here: clinical scientist in medical physics, physician associate, dental hygienist, radiography assistant, and many, many more. And as well as the many different jobs, as I mentioned at the beginning, there are different entry points to getting into NHS careers as well. So whether you want to look for a job or an apprenticeship straight after school, or you want to go off to university or college first, or you want to do some postgraduate training, so that's extra training after you've done a first degree, whatever point in your career you're at, there are entry points into the NHS. And I just wanted to give you a few examples of some recent apprenticeship vacancies, just so that you can see the range of apprenticeships that there are in the NHS now at all different levels as well. So we've got everything from a registered nurse degree apprenticeship there, which is a degree level apprenticeship, an apprentice library assistant, an apprentice radiographer, which is another degree level apprenticeship, an apprentice sewing technician, IT solutions technician, outpatient booking apprentice, and trainee nursing associate. Many different types of apprenticeships, and as I say, at different levels. So work experience is a really challenging thing to get in the NHS, particularly at the moment with COVID. But don't panic, because employers and course providers are very aware of the situation and so are generally being much more flexible. So check to see if there are any specific requirements of the course that you're applying for, and think very broadly. It doesn't have to be hospital work experience to count and to give you valuable insight into a role. Use your home life, your school or college life. Maybe you've done some volunteering, or you have a Saturday job where you have to do customer service. Any sort of experience like that is a really useful way of demonstrating that you understand the role and you've got some of those skills for it. Also, that you've got the right values for working in the NHS, and we'll come on to that a bit more in a minute. So if you're not sure what it is that you want to do in health, but you think that you probably do want to get into a role within the NHS, we do suggest having a go at our career quiz. And you'll find this on the Health Careers website, which is healthcareers.nhs.uk. So go to the careers quiz and you complete a series of statements, and then depending on how you respond to those statements, the career tool will bring up some suggested roles that match your skills and interests. And perhaps even if you have got quite a fixed idea of what it is you want to do, have a go at the Career Finder tool anyway and see if it brings up some other suggestions that you hadn't thought of before. And you can also then find out more about the different roles. Under the Explore Roles tab, you'll find a page of information about many of the different roles in the NHS, and it'll tell you more about, who you might be working with, what you'll actually be doing, where you might be working, entry requirements, progression opportunities, and much, much more. And if you want to find out more as well about how many jobs are out there in the NHS at the moment, or what the employers are actually asking for, then have a look on the NHS Jobs website. Also, if you're at the point where you're starting to look for a job or an apprenticeship, this is where you'll find the adverts. So go to jobs.nhs.uk and you can search on there. When you find a vacancy you're interested in, if you click on the person specification, that will tell you what the employer is looking for in terms of qualifications, experience, and any particular skills. You can also register on the NHS Jobs website, and then what you can do is save your searches and set up email alerts so that you are sent an email when a job matching your search criteria is advertised. So it's a really, really useful website for finding out more about the jobs that are available in the NHS. So I mentioned values-based recruitment briefly earlier. These are the 6 values from the NHS Constitution. And if you work for the NHS, you are expected to live these values, to demonstrate them in everything that you do. So when you are applying for a job or a course or going for an interview, then you may well be asked about these values. You might be asked to give examples of when you have demonstrated these values. So have a really good think about these and have your examples ready. Maybe you're looking for a course to train to become, for example, a nurse or a paramedic or an operating department practitioner or a doctor, and you can find these on the course finder, which is also on the Health Careers website. It's underneath the career planning tab, and you can search for particular courses, and then you can link through to the university website and see what the entry requirements are for those particular courses. We've got another website as well called the Step Into the NHS website, and this is aimed at key stages 3 and 4. It's got more sort of bite-sized information on many of the roles within the NHS, and also a shortened version of the career quiz, so you might want to have a go at that. And then here is some more information about where you can find out more. So the web addresses are there, but also I've put the details of our contact centre on there. So if you've got questions that you think of after today, please get in touch with our contact centre. You can email them on advice@healthcareers.nhs.uk or call them on 0345 60 60 655 and they'll be able to help you. So I hope this short session has given you just a little bit of an overview of some of the roles in health and some of the different ways that you can get into them. And we'd like to wish you all the very best for the future and hope that you enjoyed the rest of the event today. Thank you for listening.